Hi, family. Hi, everybody. Good afternoon to you all, and welcome back on this channel. This is Etiquette with Jane. My name is Janet Bello. If this is your first time coming across my video, kindly click on the subscribe button to be part of this channel. So, guys, on today's episode on Etiquette with Jane, we are going to be looking into the topic emotional intelligence. So, this topic has been on my mind for quite a long time now, like maybe because of how I interact with people these days, and I actually compare it with the past me. I mean, where I was and where I am now. So I feel like, oh, I've learned something new that I should share with you all. So now we start with what emotional intelligence is. So emotional intelligence is the ability to manage, understand, and use one's emotion effectively, and also the ability to perceive, interpret, and understand other people's emotion. So it is emotional intelligence because it requires emotion, it involves emotion. That is, emotion comes into play in our activities sometimes, and if we do not handle it very well, it turns out to be a disaster. And that is why you should learn what emotional intelligence is and how you should handle it or you should manage it. So now that you understand that you are in charge of your emotion, and also you should learn to perceive, interpret, and understand other people's emotion. Now we are going to dive deep into the key components of emotional intelligence. Okay, so number one key component is self-awareness. Self-awareness, this is just you understanding your own emotion, recognizing and understanding your own emotion, and also knowing the impact they have on your thoughts and your action. This is on self-awareness. Yes, sometimes we always say, oh, mood swing, mood swing. Wait, there is a reason behind that mood swing. There is usually something that actually steer that mood swing. So you should understand what prompted some of this swing in your mood or emotion. So it is simply understanding your own emotion, and then when there is this mood swing or there is this change in your emotion, how do you react? What are the impacts that this emotion change in your system? How does it impact your action? What influence does it have on your action, your thought as well? For example, when you lost, kind of money, probably huge amount of money. You don't want to tell me that someone that lost huge amount of money will actually feel happy and interact with people very well. In situation like this, you might have so many things running through your mind, and of course, your reaction to this particular sad emotion will be so alarming that people will be like, why on earth are you reacting like this? And because there's something very sad that actually brought about that particular emotion. But then you should understand what is behind that particular emotion of yours, and so that you'll be able to handle it. And that brings us to the next component of this emotional intelligence. So the next key component of emotional intelligence is self-regulation. So this involves managing and controlling your emotion in various situations. It's how you handle your emotion in various situations so that it doesn't turn out to harm you, or turn out to be bring a negative reaction, that you are not expecting. And now this involves how you control emotion under pressure and avoiding impulsive reaction. For example, when you're hungry, when you're kind of angry, especially when you're hungry, we tend to make things worse. Some people are damn angry that they want to break earth, they want to break anything, they just want to destroy things because of the hunger. So if you know you are this kind of person, you should learn self-regulation, how to control this particular emotion, how to manage it, how to stay away from things that will just bring about that particular emotion. Yes, so another key component here is motivation. So after you've realized the reason for the emotion, because I said it, the emotion doesn't just come without a reason. There is always something behind, when you're happy, when you're sad, when you're done, when you're tired, when you don't feel like doing anything, there's always something behind it. So When you find out what that is, you learn to control it, and then you learn to tailor it towards positive things. Yes, just tailor it towards positive things. For example, we have people that they say they cry, baby, they're so emotional, any small thing they cry. Now there are places where this can be used as a talent, so you just go there and use them as a talent. For example, in moving industry, go and cry. In fact, I learned a particular actress actually joined the movie industry because she can cry very well. Yes, so it's a talent. Just the way tailor it towards positive things, and there she is now. She's not a star. She's not a star because she's kind of an emotional person, and different sets they need people that they will feel so emotional, they will carry this emotion and cry uncontrollably, and you know, kind of make the atmosphere so emotional. They need you there. Now go use that particular emotion for something positive. And from there, people start getting to know you. And that is how motivation comes into play in this key component of emotional intelligence. Okay, and there is this assumption that people of high emotional intelligence they are more driven to overcome challenges. So you can just use your own emotion for positive things, and of course to overcome challenges. So another component is empathy. Another component is empathy, meaning that you share in the feelings of others, understanding and sharing the feelings of others. Don't be heartless. Emotional intelligence consists you having compassion towards other people, understanding their emotion when they feel down, understand why they feel like that. When they're not responding the way they used to, understand why, the reason for that. And to respond appropriately to their emotional state. For example, when someone is angry, you don't want to get angry with them. Just know that they're not usually like that. Understand that they're not usually like that. There must be something behind that. I learned this when I started working in team. When you have been working individual, like it's just all about you, just work you and you all alone. You might not understand how to have compassion or empathy towards other people, but it's something that you should learn because, of course, you're in a community, you find yourself in a group, and you find yourself in a team. You should learn to understand other people's emotion. When they're hungry, you should know there is a reason for that, and be able to adopt a resolution that you don't put or fall into that fire that is burning and make things worse. So if they are done or they are not responding, sometimes you cannot interpret it as tiredness. Probably they are tired, they have been working all day, and that was why they couldn't respond. Then try to just understand their emotional states. Find reason justifiable for their reaction, and that is how conflict can be resolved and relationship can be kept. Last component I'll be giving here is a social skill. Okay, so the other time I was talking about you understanding other people's emotion, and interpret uh, their switch in emotional states. Yeah, social skill is actually referring to your relationship with people, communication, your positive relationship as a matter of fact. How do you relate with people? How is your communication with people? How is your collaboration with people? I said it earlier that if you have been working individually all your life, you might not understand this. But at a point in your life, you will always find yourself in a community, in a team. Learn to listen. Learn to listen to people instead of being speaking all the time. For example, I think I used to be in the category of doing things all by myself, like individually. So yeah, because I used to do things all by myself, I always say, okay, whatsoever thing that I'm reading, that research on, that I thought about are right. And that is because I'm just the architect of everything all by myself. Until I started working in teams and groups and in community, I see that other people's perspective are actually better than mine. So if I didn't learn that art of listening, I might miss out on some important things that will help even my personal life and the community growth. So you should adopt a social skill as an emotional intelligence skill so that you will scale through your relationship with people and a community. It will help you to collaborate very well. Learn to consider other people's perspective, learn to listen to other people whenever they are sharing their idea. So it's a very important that we should adopt. So now we are going to be talking about how this emotional intelligence comes into play in our environment, in our personal and professional life. So now stay tuned and hi guys, so you welcome back on the second part of this program where we were talking about the areas where this emotional intelligence come into play. Of course, it comes into play in our daily life, but we should understand the area better, and that is where this part is coming up. The first one, workplace. Emotional intelligence comes into play in your workplace. If you do not learn to manage your emotion, it can escalate to something else in your workplace. Of course, where the employer will not understand the emotion of the employee. Yeah, they don't want to know when you're tired. They don't want to know when you are actually tired. Apart from those times when the employee actually neglecting duty, when they actually neglecting duty, but then understanding them if they are actually this proactive person, and they're kind of low in spirit. You should understand what is going on within that person before you conclude that you want to end their job. So workplace, it is important that we learn to control our emotion, we learn to manage our emotion, we learn to understand other people's emotion, and that is how communication can be aided. Collaboration can also be aided in a workplace. The second one is relationship, be it platonic relationship or romantic relationship. In educational field, emotional intelligence also comes into play. Yes, an educator with a high emotional intelligence tend to create a supportive learning system for the learners. So you should learn to manage emotion, understand emotion, especially when your students are under stress. You should learn to understand when they can actually understand stuff. Yeah, you should learn to understand when you should change your method of teaching, probably change it into a playwell or something for people that actually taking, elementary stage and probably to the secondary school. You can actually change your method of teaching. For higher institution, you can actually, postpone the lecture if you think the atmosphere is not friendly for education, it's not friendly for learning. You can try, but now these our educators tend to be adamant, like they don't even care. They don't give a damn care about how the learners are feeling about the emotion. They don't care. What they care about is, okay, I must go to this class. I must go. When you go and it's actually ended, when actually go to the class and these students couldn't assimilate, like they can't even get anything from what you do. It's just like a wasted effort. So that is why in educational field we should also adopt emotional intelligence. Try to understand people involved in this learning process. They are the reason for your content. So if you do not put the emotion into consideration, then you are wasting your efforts. Another area where your emotional intelligence also play a role is the mental health. Yes, you don't. That's why you stress ourselves a lot, trying to wrap our head around so many things. But then give your head a rest. Oh, help your mental to rest. Yes, you can always find an excuse for people's reaction instead of trying to get angry over it. Find a stupid reason for you to get angry, for you to mess with your mental, for you to mess with your health and everything. Always find an excuse justifiable to put you yourself at rest and make conflict resolution. Another part is leadership. As a leader, it is important that you understand people's emotion. You can't lead without understanding people that you're leading. You should understand people that you're leading. Yes, it is very, very important. And the last part that we'll be talking about is customer service. So for customer service, you can be an entrepreneur, a business owner, and you don't want to put emotional intelligence into consideration. You will be losing a lot. Yeah, you're dealing with diverse people, like different people from different region, from different background, from different perspective, and lots more. So you want to put your put emotional intelligence into consideration by understanding different emotion, different people's attitude. When you're dealing with customer, some people will come with come to pour their anger on you. Some people will come to come and gist. Some people will come to come and talk. Like so many things. But then understand them when they are bringing this emotion of for your customer relationship management sake. Otherwise, you might be losing customer. Okay, guys, so this brings us to the end of today's program on etiquette with Jean. So, thank you so much for staying to the end of the program. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. And then thank you for sharing. And if you haven't been doing that, kindly share, like, comment. So thank you so much for being a subscriber to this channel. And yeah, we'll be dropping another video next week. So see you until then. Once again, my name is Janet Below. Do have a lovely day and enjoy Christmas holiday.